Um. So yeah. So you want to rate it first? You want to rate Peacemaker as the whole series, whole season?
Yeah, let me go first because I mean, I loved it. I loved all of it. I thought it was juvenile and it was funny and it was action and it had a good story all at the same time. Every episode brought something to it. It wasn't like Book of Boba was hit and miss. You know, it didn't have good pacing. Some of the stories didn't make sense. That's not what we had here. We had great pacing. We had everything making sense, and every episode you couldn't wait to the next episode. And I loved how they even started it. They dropped 3 episodes right at the same time to hook you in immediately. It was just done the right way. This is not just a now. This is super now. This is like something you need to. If you haven't watched it already, I'm disappointed in you right now. I'm disappointing you as a person because if you're watching this, it means you love movies or you love TV shows. You should have been watching it.
Yeah, for sure. So you're giving it a super now.
Super now.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. It started off amazing, and it just kept getting better and better and better, and you cared about everybody in this thing, like every character you cared about in it. And the bad guys in it were like, there was like the bad guy where you hate it and you're like, kill him now. And then there's the bad guy where you're like, well, are they the bad guy? like
More
so
complex
it
characters, more than
more,
just
yeah,
what.
they got layers, yeah, so they were able to do that, like here's the bad guy who's just literally one layer, and he's hateful and he's a horrible person. Yeah, you want to hate him. But then the bad guys, the butterflies, you kind of like get in more depth, and I'm like, it just gets so good as it gets along, and all their connections to each other, to other characters outside of the show. So good. The acting amazing. The intro, the best freaking intro ever. That's so good. And it's something so silly.
Every single time. Every
Yeah.
time, and I'll just see new things. I'm like, it's so stupid, but it's great.
Yeah. It's really great. I told my mom, like, you got to watch this thing now. It's really, really good. She's like, yeah, I'll get to it. I'm like, no, it's really good. Like, stop watching whatever. Stop whatever you're watching. This is the best thing on TV right now. And even in our Facebook group, I posted that season 2 is coming out, and my sister said her and her boyfriend just started watching it the other day. Said, don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. It's great. And I feel that's like a perfect kind of description for it. Is like, none of us knew what to expect going into it, and then after the first 3 episodes, you're like, okay, this is gonna be awesome. And then by the end of it, you're like, this is such a great story, so in depth. For me, like, I am not a John Cena fan. I do not like John Cena, but him as Peacemaker, I love Peacemaker, and I don't know like how that's possible, but yeah, it's so good.
I thought this was going to be stupid. Honestly, coming into it, I thought this was going to be a terrible show. I thought it was a terrible idea. It was a terrible character, and I couldn't have been more wrong. Unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable character development, unbelievable character arcs. I love the relationships. Even the stupid stuff was funny. I mean,
Yeah.
it did so much for itself, and it just shows James Gunn knows to do these obscure characters. He knows how to make them relevant, and he did another great job.
Yeah, he did a great job. He definitely needs to get more recognition for doing these comic book things. James Gunn is made to do these comic book movies, hands down. He's like, go ahead, go play with Superman and Batman and Captain America. Give me all the reject toys, and I'm gonna make this cool thing. I mean, that's basically what he's doing. He's like, well, all these kids are playing with the big toys and the cool stuff. He's doing his own thing over here, where like everyone else is like, hey, what's he doing over there?
You take Batman, make a new Batman, and I'm going to take Polka Dot Man and Peacemaker. I got it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. It was like, and then we're gonna make fun of your Batman and your Aquaman. It's like, yeah, he's made for this stuff, man. So it's right there. I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting something stupid, but it wound up being great. And even the fans, it was like one of the most watched shows,
Ever,
this
right?
year.
I mean,
Obviously, I mean,
all the streaming
not ever
services,
on HBO
all
Max. It's
yeah.
it's for sure the number one thing on HBO Max, like hands down. Which is funny because HBO Max also had the Snyder cut,
Yep.
and then this comes out and they're like, exactly what we just said. Like, hey, Snyder, play with your toys. I got Peacemaker. It's like, and everyone loves Peacemaker. So definitely worth a watch. Watch whatever you're watching now. Put it on
Stop.
pause. Stop and watch these 8 episodes because you won't regret it. You will not regret it. But I think anything else, man?
No, I mean, I think that was the key. I mean, we went long enough. I know it was a long episode, but I really enjoyed it so much. I think we need to really talk about all these parts because there's just so much to enjoy. There's so much to talk about and to analyze. And I think that's what makes a good show, where you can analyze it just as long as the actual show is.